Okay, let's face it. Your business is not growing, even though you are getting new customers. The problem could be that you are really bad at customer relations. Well, the good news is that I'm here to help you. I've been a business development manager for 4 companies and 2 simultaneously. I'm going to give you some tips that will turn around your woes and give you return customers. My name is Paschal. This is Top 10 Nigeria, and you are on the front row seat. Let's go! Now, I make natives. In Nigeria, we can't do without our natives. And I've been with one clothing company for over 10 years. Everybody knows in Nigeria, if you're a bona fide Nigerian, you know that the second most unreliable professional in business are tellers. And that's, of course, after career politicians that loot and corrupt. And the reason why I've been making clothes with F&B clothing company for over 10 years is because they are masters in customer relations. Everybody thinks that when a customer walks into your business, your goal is to get the money that he has from him for the products or services that you offer. Wrong! What you ought to do to a customer that walks into your business is to give the customer good enough impression to return for more business. Now, a customer might walk into your business and is just appraising the product or services that you have, comparing it to your competitors. That's why businesses pay attention to competitors. That is legit, that is normal. You would do the same if you have a budget for a particular product. So it's not every customer that walks into your business that want to patronize you as at then. So your goal shouldn't be to get off the money from his pocket that time. Your goal should be to give enough good impression that the customer returns. When marketing and sales professionals say that customer is king, they actually do know what they're talking about, and you should pay attention. Moreover, you should pay attention to these 5 tips that I'm going to give you on how to turn around your woes and get your customers to actually return to your business. The goal is to create a win-win situation. Tip number 1, smile. Yes, smile. There's a reason why these corporations hire front desk officers to be a person with good disposition. It is not sexism, it's job description. There is a reason why most instructions given online is a female voice. Your GPS navigator is a female voice. The voice that tells you over the phone that your credit is low is a female voice. It's a business strategy. It relaxes the mood. When I say smile, I mean have a good disposition. A customer can walk into your business not ready to buy. Haven't you walked into a business and the owner of the business or the salesperson appraises you, decides that you can't afford the products that are there, and decides not to pay attention to you? Now, you feel belittled, you feel condescended on. You already feel not wanted in that business. You are most likely going to leave and not return to that business. So the owner of that business has lost you as a customer, even though you haven't spent 1 naira in that business. And pay attention to tip number 4, because that customer that left, you didn't just lose the money the customer would have given you. You lost something else that is more important than that money would have paid for that product. Number 2 tip, maintain minimal or no markup over your preferred sales price. In Nigeria, you can't do without haggling in some businesses. So a lot of business owners believe that their goal is to get as much money as possible for a particular product from you, that's the customer. So if you walk into a place looking rich, they're going to tell you a different sales price for a particular product than when you walk into a business looking poor. I'm not judging, I'm just, classifying. All right, so that is wrong. if the product costs 200,000 naira, place a price tag on the business for 200,000 naira. If your business does not allow you to do that, make sure you have a price tag that is a deal breaker for you, and just mark it up a little bit. Don't hesitate to give the customer that discount. You don't need, and immediately you give that discount, tell the customer, this is the final price. I'm not going to change anything from this. This is actually the price. If your budget is up to this, get this. However, if your budget is not up to this, you can get this. That is how you do a business. You treat that customer so well that when the customer remembers the experience he had with you, even though he didn't spend any money in your business, they return. Number 3 tip is offer incentives. I have driven past nothing less than 4 similar shops where I could have gotten a product and gone to the 5th one just because they are going to offer me a pen. Now, if this hasn't happened to you, maybe you haven't been out there. I mean, it must have happened to some of you out there. Like, if it has happened to you, put that in the comment section, because a lot of people need to understand this. It helps people understand the video more. And if this video has been helpful to you so far, a like and a subscribe wouldn't be a bad idea. And if you can share it to someone who you know will find the information on this video beneficial. So, I have gone to a shop simply because they are going to offer me a pen. I probably spent more fuel than the cost of the pen in order to get to the shop. But because they are going to offer me something free that I don't have to pay for, man, that's a big incentive to me. I have jotters and pen at home. I'm a writing guy. So, there's something about getting something free when you pay for a product that people find hard to resist. In the course of doing business with companies, I've noticed that one of the best incentive, people find it hard to resist. People will do a screeching stop when they find out that you're offering this as incentive. A branded t-shirt. Man, now the cost of a branded t-shirt in Nigeria is between 1,500 naira to 3,500 naira, depending on the quality of the t-shirt. These things pay off eventually. Now, if your product, I'm not saying that if you sell products that are priced at a range of 1,000 naira, 2,000, and you start giving t-shirts off, you can offer based on cumulative sales. Like if you buy a product or cumulative set of product that is up to 50,000 naira, you get a t-shirt. People will do their weekend shopping in your business simply because they are going to get a t-shirt. Or if you're selling electronics, say one TV costs close to 500,000 naira, you give the person a freaking t-shirt. It's a t-shirt and it's branded. Now, this leads me to the 4th tip. Remember when I told you to pay attention to the 4th tip? That a customer that walks off your business, having not spent money in your business, is not only leaving, not paying you, but it is living with something else. Every customer that walks into your business is a potential sales and marketing officer. Yes. Now, when you offer incentives like a branded pen, a branded t-shirt, or you're not offering any incentive, but the approach, the disposition that you gave the customer, how you treated the customer, things that you did that the customer weren't expecting, will convince the customer that this is a good place for business. So that customer becomes your advertisement board. That customer becomes your marketing personnel, unknowingly or knowingly. For instance, I'm talking about F&B clothing company. They didn't pay me to talk about them. I'm using them as an example because I believe the business is a good business. F&B clothing company, in the 10 years that I've known and worked with them, they have always called me before the due date to come and get their product, my product. Now, they tell you next Friday, if they know that they're going to get ready your product 2 days before next Friday. I have never in that 10 years called them once to say, how far? It's next Friday, are my clothes ready? They always call me before whatever date they gave me. That is unprecedented in the history of tailoring in Nigeria. I mean, if there are tell us that make that deadline, they are not up to 10 in Nigeria. F&B is one of them. So when a customer talks about your company freely like this, not paid to do that, you have a return customer. If you miss the opportunity of getting money from the customer and the customer walks out of the business, you not only lost money from that customer, you also created a customer that will not speak well, okay, that may not speak well about your business. What happened? I thought you wanted to go and buy it from XYZ company. I got there, the way they treated me. I don't think the products are real in that business. I eventually bought it at ABC company. But, I don't know, you can try there, but me, I wouldn't recommend that. You just lost several other customers that would have come to you. And word of mouth gets repeated to people. The next person that is going to say that, after he has heard this from this customer that walked out of your business, is going to be more brutal. One of my friends went to XYZ company, and if you see the way they treated him, they virtually pushed him out of the business. One of the salesperson there threatened to slap him. He just left there. He practically left with his life. If not, they would have brutalized him. Don't near that place. He said they bought it at ABC company. They are already demarketing you and marketing another company that has good customer relations. So the fourth tip is that make sure you create good enough impression, whether the person pays or not, so that the person becomes your unknowing marketing and sales personnel. And the last but not the least should be something you should apply in your life. It should be part of your personality. May your word be your bond. A customer walks into your business and requests for a particular brand of product. You do not have that brand of product. You offer alternatives and the customer doesn't want those. You now promise the customer that come back next Tuesday, because if you were a teller, you would say next Friday. So come back next Tuesday, I am going to have that product. Please make some effort to keep your word. Most customers would take that assurance to heart. And even if they have the opportunity to buy it elsewhere, because they have received that word from you, they wouldn't want you to labor in vain. They wouldn't want you to make effort and they don't show up. Personally, that's how I behave as a customer. So I will wait for next Tuesday, if I can, to get that product from you. And the moment I walk into that place next Tuesday and you don't have that product, and you're not apologizing immediately, like, telling me one cogent reason why you don't have that product, you are leaving a bad taste in my mouth, to say the least. And I might not return, because I'll start feeling bad that I had the opportunity to buy it from ABC company, but your company, XYZ company, promised me to come back next Tuesday, but next Tuesday you still don't have the product. So these are the 5 tips that you can employ in order to make sure that your customers return and those new customers make your business grow. My name is Paschal. This is Top 10 Nigeria. Bye for now.